Hey YouTube, so Blade Runner 2049 comes out tonight, and I'm getting ready to go see it, along with the original. So let's talk about the Bye Bye Man. I I made the decision to buy it on Blu-ray last night, and I just finished watching it after I got off work, and wow. So I remember seeing the trailer for this in theaters. I think it was when I went to go see Assassin's Creed with my dad, and I just kind of like shook my head because the whole even the name of the villain, the Bye Bye Man, it's just like, yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of like a old tale you'd hear as a kid. It's a way to play on both innocence and as something that's scary, because I mean he's got the hood, the long fingers, he's tall. Played by Doug Jones, who plays great monster characters, and I did like him in this role. But it's my dad. I'm not sure if he was serious or not. He thought it looked scary. I think he was being sarcastic, but it's just like I looked at it and I was like, this is definitely a January release. It's a horror movie that kind of stands along the same lines as almost as Troll 2. I don't want to I don't like to trash films, or unless it's Highlander 2, then that one destroyed that one. Oh my gosh, Highlander 2. What do I have to say about this movie that anybody else has already said? I mean, the cast isn't very good, and they don't really have a great script or story to work with. The only thing that really is a saving grace is the premise and Doug Jones. And I think a way that this could be approached is go all Origin of Evil on it. They could, like with the Ouija movie. The Ouija movie was terrible. And then they made a great sequel prequel. I think they could do the same thing with Bye Bye Man. The film opens in I think it's the 60s or the 70s, with this guy who ends up killing a bunch of people because he realized that's the only way to get rid of the Bye Bye Man. And I think that would have made an interesting movie. I thought that part really kind of drew me in, like the parts that took place in the 60s, the one or two scenes that actually did. I thought that was kind of cool and interesting, but really that's about it. Carrie Ann Moss, the actress who plays Trinity in The Matrix, she's in it too. She plays a cop. She's got a small part. Again, the script fails her, so I don't think it's really any of the actors and actresses' fault. I feel kind of sorry for Doug Jones, because I think he's a nice guy. I mean, he's just, and I think he's a phenomenal actor. I think he's sort of the I would say he's the modern day Boris Karloff and Christopher Lee. For when he plays monsters, he always does a really cool job. He's always really good at that. It's funny, they're like tall characters in movies that are like that I never even realized he played. Like, he played the Slender Man in Always Watching, and of course he was super creepy in that. But the Bye Bye Man, I don't like to be one of those people that say don't watch or go see a movie. I mean, if you're really picky about what you watch, then of course you're probably not going to like this. But if you're looking for a set of movies that you can watch with your friends and have a good time and just sort of play in the background, I think the Bye Bye Man is something that you can do that with. There was maybe like one part that kind of creeped me out, and I don't want to. It involves a little girl and a dog, and maybe it's because I was afraid of really big dogs when I was a kid. Maybe that's kind of what got played on my fear. But that was the one part that I was just like, ooh. but really, it's not very scary, and and the Blu-ray. Here's your review on the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is extremely bare bones. There's no like special features or anything. I would have kind of liked to have seen the makeup process or even some interviews with the director and the crew, because even if the film's like shit, it's kind of cool to see like people that are passionate about it, and it sort of humanizes it a bit more. And I think really the only thing that the Blu-ray offers is that it's an unrated cut, and I just watched the unrated cut right off the bat, and I would guess the things that were added were some nudity and some extra blood and guts, and that's about it. No new like story elements like Ridley Scott added to Blade Runner. It's so weird that I'm going to see both the original and the new one tonight, and I'm talking about The Bye Bye Man. The Bye Bye Man, I was silly enough to buy it. I'm probably going to keep it. It was better than The Boogeyman. That's kind of what it reminded me of a little bit. Was I remember seeing trailers for The Boogeyman years and years ago, and I was like, that kind of looks scary, but nothing ever happened. But the thing is, in The Bye Bye Man, it reminded me that it was kind of the house that reminded me of the set of The Boogeyman. And I will say this: I think The Bye Bye Man is better than The Boogeyman, because it felt like The Boogeyman, absolutely nothing ever happened until maybe the end. It's like at least the mythology could keep me somewhat interested in The Bye Bye Man, and some of the bad acting and the weird and uncomfortable dialogue and dialogue cues in the movie. At least that could sort of keep me interested. And I'll have to watch it again. Oddly enough, I want to do a commentary at some point. That's something I've been wanting to do a lot more of too, is commentaries on other movies. Typically, really terrible movies. Highlander 2 has been up on my list, but I've been hesitant to do it because it like crushes my soul. But anyway, The Bye Bye Man. Don't say it. Don't think it. Buy it on DVD. Don't buy it on Blu-ray. Rent it, maybe. I don't know. Watch it. Don't watch it alone. Thanks as always for watching. If you like what you see here, please subscribe below. Follow me on Twitter. Goodbye.